the usually calm and charismatic, Keith Urban stunned fans and viewers alike when he stormed off the Kelly Clarkson Show following a fiery on-air exchange that quickly turned personal. What began as a light-hearted discussion about country music's evolution took an unexpected turn when Kelly jokingly referred to a recent article that questioned whether Urban was too polished for modern country. While the audience chuckled, Keith's demeanor shifted. "I've heard that before," he said tightly. "But coming from you, Kelly, that hits different." Kelly, caught off guard, tried to steer the conversation back to neutral ground. But Keith didn't let up. "You've built a brand on being relatable, but you're the first to throw stones," he snapped, prompting an audible gasp from the audience. The exchange escalated quickly, with Kelly defending her comment as a joke, and Keith accusing the show of setting him up for embarrassment. Despite efforts from producers to cut to commercial and reset the atmosphere, the tension lingered. When the show resumed, Keith appeared visibly irritated, offering clipped responses to subsequent questions. Finally, as Kelly attempted one last olive branch by praising his recent album, Keith stood up and removed his mic. "Think I've said enough," he said curtly, before walking off the set to stunned silence. Audience members sat frozen as Kelly, maintaining her composure, addressed the camera. Well, folks, that took a turn. Social media exploded within minutes, with clips circulating across platforms and fans debating whether Keith had overreacted, or if Kelly's comment had indeed crossed a line. Backstage sources later confirmed that Keith left the studio immediately, declining to speak to producers or press. Whether or not the two stars reconcile, the incident has become one of the most talked about moments in daytime television this year. In the days following the shocking walk-off, media outlets and fans dissected every second of the broadcast, with lip readers even attempting to decode Keith's final words as he exited the stage. Some claimed he muttered, "I'm done with this circus," while others argued it was simply frustration boiling over after years of criticism. The incident prompted a wave of responses from fellow artists, many of whom took to social media to express their support for Keith. Country music stars like Kelsey Ballerini and Dierks Bentley posted vague but pointed messages about respecting boundaries and how even the nicest people have limits. Meanwhile, Kelly remained mostly silent, choosing not to address the altercation in public beyond a cryptic tweet that read, "Sometimes humor doesn't land. I'll always own that." That tweet only intensified the debate, with fans split between defending her humor and calling for more sensitivity in interviews. Behind the scenes, reports surfaced suggesting this wasn't the first time tensions had simmered between Keith and Kelly. A source from the show's production team revealed there had been a bit of friction during the pre-show meeting, when Keith reportedly pushed back on certain talking points. He felt cornered, the source claimed, and when the joke was made live, it just tipped everything over. Despite the drama, viewership for that episode skyrocketed, drawing the show's highest ratings in months. Clips of Keith's storm-off went viral, amassing millions of views on TikTok and YouTube, with commenters analyzing body language, tone, and every word exchanged. Now, fans are wondering whether a public reconciliation might follow, or if the rift will linger between two of country's biggest names. As of now, Keith has canceled a few upcoming TV appearances, sparking further speculation about how deeply the moment impacted him, and whether his relationship with Kelly Clarkson, both personal and professional, can recover. As the storm surrounding the incident continued to grow, both Keith Urban and Kelly Clarkson found themselves at the center of a media frenzy they hadn't anticipated. Paparazzi began tailing Keith, hoping to capture his first public reaction, while tabloids churned out conflicting narratives, some painting him as thin-skinned, others calling Kelly's jokes mean-spirited. Within days, insiders claimed that Keith's team had reached out to NBC to request the segment be removed from all streaming platforms. However, the network refused, citing contractual obligations and a public interest clause. Meanwhile, producers reportedly held crisis meetings about how to handle similar situations in the future, considering new comfort boundaries for guest interactions. Amidst this, fan petitions emerged, some demanding a public apology from Kelly, while others insisted Keith should lighten up and apologize for walking off. But neither star gave in to the mounting pressure. Then came the surprise twist. A leaked email exchange between Keith's management and the show's producers, suggesting that the controversial joke Kelly made had not only been scripted in advance, but also approved by Keith's PR team. This revelation turned the narrative on its head, leaving fans confused about whether the clash was genuine or exaggerated for ratings. Social media exploded with speculation about the authenticity of celebrity interviews and whether reality TV tactics were bleeding into daytime talk. Keith, for his part, broke his silence through a calm yet pointed Instagram video, where he said, "What you saw was real emotion. I'm human. I can laugh at myself most days. That day wasn't one of them." Kelly responded with grace, sharing that she respected his honesty and hoped they could move forward. Despite the intense public drama, both artists seemed to choose peace, at least outwardly. Whether they truly resolved their differences behind the scenes remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: that moment on Kelly Clarkson's show won't be forgotten anytime soon. In the weeks that followed, whispers about the backstage aftermath began to leak from anonymous sources close to the show. One crew member claimed that after storming off stage, Keith Urban locked himself in his dressing room for nearly an hour, refusing to speak to producers or even his own team. Another insider revealed that Kelly, visibly shaken after the camera stopped rolling, attempted to go to Keith's room to clear the air but was turned away by his assistant. The studio reportedly went into damage control mode, issuing strict internal memos about guest relations and emotional safety. Meanwhile, show ratings spiked as reruns of the episode drew record views, with audiences analyzing every detail for Keith's expression, Kelly's tone, the moment tension shifted. Online sleuths began to debate, was it really just one joke, or had resentment between the two been simmering long before the cameras rolled? Despite the onslaught of attention, both stars made cautious moves toward reconciliation. Keith surprised fans by appearing at a benefit concert in Nashville, where he jokingly referenced taking a break from talk shows for a while, drawing a wave of laughter. Kelly, too, subtly addressed the situation during an interview on another show, saying, "I've had off days. Guests have off days. We're all people." That neutral tone didn't stop the rumors, though. Tabloids speculated that their respective teams had begun negotiating a closed-door sit-down, not just for the sake of peace, but also for ratings gold. Whether such a reunion will ever air remains unknown. But what's certain is this: Keith Urban and Kelly Clarkson's clash reshaped the tone of celebrity interviews, reminding everyone watching that even under bright studio lights, raw, unpredictable, emotions can still break through the script. Weeks turned into months. But the tension between Keith Urban and Kelly Clarkson didn't fade from the public eye. Every social media post, public appearance, or vague interview quote from either of them was dissected for hints of lingering resentment or quiet reconciliation. Fans formed opposing camps online, some siding with Keith for standing his ground, while others defended Kelly's right to challenge her guests. Hashtags like #TeamKeith and #StandWithKelly trended sporadically, and reaction videos to the infamous episode flooded YouTube, some even re-editing the scene with dramatic music and subtitles, turning it into a pop culture phenomenon. Meanwhile, late-night hosts used the incident as a punchline. The moment was immortalized in memes that kept the story alive far beyond its broadcast date. Despite the chaos, both Keith and Kelly maintained a public silence, only fueling further speculation that a behind-the-scenes agreement had been reached to keep matters private. Eventually, a surprising development broke through the noise. An unannounced duet track featuring both Keith and Kelly leaked online, an unreleased recording from a previous studio session that predated their on-air confrontation. The ballad, full of raw emotion and poignant harmonies, reignited hope among fans that their professional bond hadn't completely fractured. The leak forced both camps to address the song, and instead of distancing themselves, they jointly released it officially with a minimal statement. Sometimes music speaks louder than anything else. The track soared to the top of digital charts, and for a moment, the drama was replaced with admiration for their undeniable artistry. While neither has since appeared on the other's show, the shared success of their unexpected collaboration offered a rare glimpse into the complicated but resilient nature of celebrity dynamics, where even the stormiest clashes can lead to moments of unexpected beauty. Asterisk. Despite the public's lingering obsession with the on-air fallout, industry insiders claimed the real story played out behind closed doors. According to sources close to both camps, a high-level meeting was arranged weeks after the incident. Not for reconciliation, but to prevent further escalation. Network executives were reportedly furious that a routine daytime segment had spiraled into viral controversy. Drawing scrutiny from advertisers and critics alike, Kelly's production team was ordered to vet all future musical guests more thoroughly, while Keith's representatives demanded editorial rights over any rebroadcasts of the now notorious episode. Behind the scenes, both camps allegedly signed a confidential agreement barring either party from discussing the confrontation. Publicly, a move that only deepened the mystery for fans. Rumors swirled about everything from lawsuits to silent settlements, but neither side confirmed anything, keeping the speculation alive. Asterisk. Meanwhile, in public appearances, Keith Urban kept a cool and composed front, often deflecting media questions with charm and carefully crafted vagueness. Kelly Clarkson, too, seemed unfazed on the surface.
Ow.
Though eagle-eyed viewers noted subtle changes in her hosting style, more controlled conversations, shorter banter, and fewer unpredictable moments. Some saw this as growth, others as the cost of controversy. Months later, at a major award show, Keith and Kelly were seen in the same venue for the first time since the confrontation. Cameras captured Keith applauding from his seat as Kelly performed, though they never acknowledged one another on camera. It was a quiet but powerful moment, suggesting, perhaps, that while wounds remained, the stage was big enough for both of them. Whether their paths would ever cross again on air was uncertain. But the story had already become a defining chapter in daytime television history, one that fans and tabloids wouldn't let go of anytime soon. Asterisk. In the weeks that followed, daytime talk shows and celebrity news panels dissected the Keith Urban-Kelly Clarkson incident with relentless intensity. Social media became a battleground between loyal fans of both stars, each side fiercely defending their favorite. Hashtags like hashtag Team Keith and hashtag Stand with Kelly trended globally, with users creating memes, reaction videos, and even parody reenactments of the walk-off moment. Some viewers criticized Kelly for pushing too hard, while others argued that Keith overreacted to a light-hearted moment. Publicists from both sides attempted damage control, but with each attempt to clarify the situation, new questions emerged. Independent footage from audience members leaked online, adding fuel to the fire and sparking debates about what was said during the commercial break before Keith stormed off. The frenzy only deepened when eagle-eyed fans noticed that Kelly quietly unfollowed Keith on Instagram. Days after the episode aired, an unspoken signal that the rift was likely real and unresolved. Asterisk. By the end of the month, the Kelly Clarkson Show's ratings had surged. A paradoxical win from the controversy, while Keith Urban's upcoming tour saw a noticeable boost in ticket sales. Industry analysts called it the fallout effect, a phenomenon where drama creates unexpected momentum. Despite the behind-the-scenes tension, network executives privately acknowledged that the confrontation, though unplanned, had reinvigorated interest in daytime television. Some insiders even whispered that future guests were instructed to keep it spicy, though no one officially confirmed it. Kelly, for her part, leaned into her newfound edge, joking in a later monologue that at least nobody walked out this time. Keith, however, remained more guarded, declining multiple interview requests and choosing instead to let his music speak for him. Yet the shadow of that day never fully faded. It became a reference point in celebrity culture, a reminder of how fast things can spiral when unscripted moments collide with strong personalities. Asterisk.